Hey guys, Warriors NRL Fanatics here, back today with a live preview between the Penrith Panthers and the New Zealand Warriors round 18 fixture. Before I get started, I'm going to wait for a few people to join the live before I get started, so I'll give it a few minutes. But yeah, so welcome to the live preview. So I'll just wait for a few people to jump on the live chat first before I get started. So let's get into it. So what I'm going to do is go through both teams and give my thoughts on both teams, key matchups as well as players, and the betting prices as well as and the head-to-head stats as well. And where the game will be won and lost, and then I'll give a prediction at the end with the anytime try scores. So, to get into both team lists now for the preview between the Penrith Panthers and the New Zealand Warriors round 18 game, which is on Sunday at 1:50 p.m. Queensland time, which is Australia time, at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. So let's get into it now. So the ins and outs for both teams before I go through the team list. For the Warriors, ins are Chad Townsend, Ewan Aiken, and Josh Curran and Kane Evans and Tohu Harris. And outs for the Warriors are Ben Murdoch, Masilla, and Jack Murchie. And for the Penrith Panthers, Dylan Edwards, Jamin Salmon, Jermaine Hopgood, Matthew Edenhauser, Paul Mamarowski, and Robert Jennings. And outs for the Penrith Panthers is Jerome Luai. So going through the Warriors team list first, and at fullback is Reece Walsh. On the wing is Dylan Watene-Zelezniak. In the centres is Rocco Berry and Marcelo Montoya. And on their wing is Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, the captain. And in the halves is Cody Nikorima and Sean O'Sullivan. And prop is Adam Fanua-Blake. And a hooker is Wade Egan. And the other prop is Matthew Lodge. And in the second row is Elias Katoa, Bailey Serenin, and the lockers Jazz Tavanga. Onto the bench is Josh Curran, Leeson Mel Bunty Afoa, and Kane Evans is the 17. Rounding off the reserves now for the Warriors is Adam Pompey, Ewan Aiken, Chad Townsend, and Tohu Harris is the 22 for the reserves. So, that's the Warriors lineup. Now, moving on to the Penrith Panthers lineup now. And at fullback is Dylan Edwards. On the wing is Charlie Staines. In the centres is Stephen Crichton and Brett Naden. And the winger is Brian To'o, backing up from State of Origin. And in the halves is Matt Burton and Tyrone May. And the other prop position is Moses Leota. And the hooker is Episai Coruscant. And the other position at prop is James Fisher-Harris. And in the second row is Viliami Kikau and Kurt Capewell. And the lock is Isaiah Yeo. So that's the 13. Moving on to the bench now, it's Mitch Kenny, Scott Sorensen, Spencer Lenu, and Liam Martin. And the reserves for the Panthers are Isaac Tago, Matthew Eisenhuth, Paul Momorowski, Robert Jennings, Jamin Salmon, and Jermaine Hopgood is the reserves for Penrith. So those are the two lineups there. Look, Penrith, very strong lineup. I know they've got no Jerome Luai and no Nathan Cleary, which is a big loss not having those two there. But you've got Matt Burton in the halves. Tyrone May is a bit iffy. I'm not a big fan of him in the halves for Penrith. I think, there's a bit of a weakness there in terms of the halfback role for Penrith because Tyrone May is not the best player. But overall, Penrith have a very, very solid team, very strong team. Still pretty solid there, Penrith. And they'll be a very hard team to beat. And, the second row is going to be very interesting because you've got Viliami Kikau and Katoa in there. So that's going to be an interesting battle. Then you got Jazz Tavanga and Isaiah Yeo at the lock position. So, that's a very good battle too. So I think Penrith's got a strong lineup and they'll be very hard to beat. As with the Warriors lineup, it's pretty much the same. There's not too many changes there besides, Chad Townsend and Ewan Aiken coming into the reserves. Now, could they possibly play on Sunday? Probably. I could see one of them make their return, possibly Ewan Aiken. I'm not sure on Chad Townsend, but I think Ewan Aiken, possibly Tohu Harris could come in to the lineup for a late change on Sunday afternoon there. So, look out for those two to come into the side, I reckon. So, big in there, Tohu Harris can come in, and that'd be a big boost for the team. So, look out for those changes. And, besides that, it's still the same old lineup. It's still the same lineup for the Warriors. And, not really much to say there in terms of the Warriors lineup because it's pretty much the same except for the reserves. So, I think Harris will come back in there and possibly Ewan Aiken will start. So, that's the team list now. And, we're going to look into the key matchups, key plays for both teams. Look, for the Penrith Panthers, the key player for Penrith is James Fisher-Harris. James Fisher-Harris up against Matt Lodge. I think that'll be a huge key battle there. And then you've got Eliasa Katoa versus Viliami Kickout in the second row, which will be a very great battle there between those two because I think Eliasa Katoa has been playing well lately, and Viliami Kickout, he's always dangerous. So those two will be very, very important for both teams, as will James Fisher-Harris, who's probably the best prop in the comp this year. James Fisher-Harris, in my opinion, has been one of the informed players in the comp this year, James Fisher-Harris. So, it's going to be a good battle between him and Matt Lodge. And, there's also some great battles in the other positions as well. So, you got Wade Egan up against Ebeso Coruscant, the hookers battle, and you got Adam Fanua-Blake against Moses Leota, which will be a very interesting battle as well. So, look, it's going to be a very difficult game for the Warriors, and hopefully they can get up. But, I think, with Penrith, despite Penrith not having Luai, despite not having Nathan Cleary in this lineup, I think the Warriors will still find it very difficult to win this game up there at Suncorp Stadium. Let's be honest. I'd hope we get the victory, but I reckon it'll be very, very difficult. So, I'm going to go with, I'm going to look into the head-to-head battle now between both these sides. And for the Penrith Panthers and Warriors, now, both these teams have played 42 times. The Warriors have only won 16. Penrith Panthers have won 25. And there's been one draw in this game. So, I don't know when the last time we beat Penrith. It's probably been a while since we've last beaten them. So, I'm going to look at hello to Daniel Sexton and hello to the uncanny Kyle Waka. Welcome to the live stream. But now to get back into the preview now. And look, the last couple of meetings between these teams, the Warriors and Penrith. Now, Penrith won 18-12 over the Warriors, 14th of August 2020. The Penrith Panthers also won over the Warriors 26-0 in 2020 as well, and that was the 5th of June. And the last meeting in 2019 as well, the 30th of June, Warriors 18, Penrith 19. So the last couple of matches have gone all Penrith's way in the matchups. So, it is going to be very difficult. Like I said, it's going to be very difficult, for the Warriors to get up here. And it's at Suncorp Stadium, which is on pretty neutral territory, to be fair. So, it could go either way. But I think, the Penrith should be hot favourites in this one. So, looking at the betting now, and the betting has the Warriors at $3.25 at Sportsbet Australia. The Penrith Panthers are $1.35. So, obviously, Penrith Panthers are second on the ladder. The Warriors come into this game 13th on the ladder. So, and this game has obviously been on Foxtel Australia and KO, and for those in New Zealand, it's Sky Sports. So, Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane is where the game's been played, and it's a Sunday afternoon at 1:50 p.m. So, now to go into my predictions for this game, and anytime try scorers and predictions. So, I'm going to go with Matthew Lodge, Rocco Berry, and Charlie Staines and Stephen Crichton for Penrith and Brian Toto. And a score prediction for this game. Now, you guys might be upset with my prediction here, and I love to see the Warriors get up, but I'm going with my head here over my heart. My heart's saying Warriors will win, but my head is saying Penrith will win. So I've gone with my head this week. This is probably the first time I've gone against the Warriors this year in terms of picking a game. And I've gone against the Warriors this week. And I hope I'm wrong here, but I've gone with the Penrith Panthers to win here by 16 points. But yeah, I think Penrith will probably win. It could be much closer than that score that I picked, but I think I've gone with Penrith here by 16 points. So yeah, that's my pick, Penrith by 16, and fingers crossed Warriors can get up, but Penrith just the better team overall. They've just got too much talent, too much class for the Warriors, and the Warriors just can't consistently win games this year. So I'm going with Penrith to win by 16 points here. Penrith Panthers by 16 over the Warriors. Let's be honest, I hope we can win. I don't honestly see it happening, but you never know. You never know with the Warriors. You never know. They could prove me wrong here, but I've gone with the Penrith Panthers to win. I think they'll be too good, unfortunately. But what I'm going to do now is go through you guys' comments now. So just as I finish my preview, I'll go through you guys' comments quickly, and then I'll end the preview, leave it in the stream. So Jacko says, hopefully we lift and don't get a big score put on us. Yeah, hopefully you're right. But, I'm not too sure about that one. But fingers crossed. Dr. Kiwi says this game could get real ugly if we don't play well. It could be a hiding, possibly. Just fingers crossed. It isn't a hiding, but, it's look at the Penrith side. It's a very strong side still. So Daniel Sexton says the Warriors can win, but our defense is not that good. Exactly right there. I think our defense is not great, to be fair. So we're going to have to be on our game. If we can start off well, if we can be with Penrith for the first couple of minutes, that's a good sign. So the uncanny Cole Walker says our kicking game let us down this year. It has definitely let us down this year. I agree with you there. The Samoan Metalhead says Panthers to win. I'll be happy with the Warriors keeping a close game. Yeah. I would be happy if the Warriors could keep it a close game too, because look at last year. Last year is actually a prime example when we weren't expected to come close with Penrith. Penrith were one of the top teams. Let's look at last year's examples. So, last year was a prime example. Penrith were top of the ladder at the time, and we only just lost. We only just lost by around about 8 points. So maybe we can take some of that into this week's game. But Penrith, they're not got Nathan Cleary. They haven't got Luai this week. So, even without those two, they're still going to be very hard to beat. How Nikarima's kicking game is atrocious all year, and Evans got the side and is beyond my compassion. Montoya is a wing. He's lost at centre and will be exposed. So hopefully Aiken comes in late. Yeah, I think you and Aiken will definitely come in. Like I said earlier in the preview, if you guys only just tuned in late, I just said that you and Aiken will probably come in. I think he'll come into the lineup, and I'll see with Tohu Harris coming in as well. I think Harris will come in as well into the side with some late changes on Sunday afternoon. So that's the way I see it going, actually. I see some late changes happening. I don't see the team lineup as it is named on Tuesday afternoon. I don't see it being named like that because, teams always change during kickoff, and I think we'll see some changes. I'll probably see some changes happening. So, yeah, I think I do agree with you there, Jack, on your comment there. But, yeah. But, yeah, so, that wraps up my preview now for the Penrith Panthers vs New Zealand Warriors round 18 fixture. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like the video, like the stream back if you're watching it back, and also comment in the comment below if you're watching it back as well. So if you're watching the video back, make sure you comment below. But thanks, guys, for watching the live preview between the New Zealand Warriors and the Penrith Panthers round 18 fixture. The game's this Sunday, so hopefully we can get up and get a result, get an upset win. But like I said, I've already tipped Penrith here to win. And look, I'm not really expecting us to win, to be honest. But hopefully it's a close game, and hopefully we can be competitive. And fingers crossed, we could cause an upset. But obviously it's going to be very difficult. But yeah, thanks, guys, for tuning into the preview. And I'll see you guys in another live video or a live stream. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching.